Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Haneen, and this is your invitation to a completely different reality. So, today we are talking about the self care list. And as far as I can tell, I have never seen anyone explain it or do it the way I'm about to do. But and honestly, how really does it get better than this, and what else is possible? So, the self care list, it is something that I have been personally doing for the longest time. And it is something that also I have advised people to actually do and implement in their life. And it is one of those things that actually just allow you to take care of you. And truly, how does it get better than this? And what you need to actually understand about the self care list is that it's a list that you have to write down somewhere. And yes, you have to. But it's one of those things that it doesn't really matter if you have written it down, if you don't actually implement it in your life, if you don't actually do it in your life. And I guess there is actually no better way to explain how you do the self-care list other than just diving deep into all of this. So bring pen and paper or use your notepad or whatever you just love and prefer to use. And just write on the top of that self-care list. And start writing all of the things that actually, when you do them, you feel better. You feel greater. You feel like you have more ease in your life. Allows you to be relaxed more. And I would absolutely recommend that you don't have less than 10 items on that list. No less than 10 items. And if you don't reach 10 items, then hey, that's a chance for you. That's an amazing opportunity for you to allow yourself to actually discover what actually allows me to be at that space of ease. What new things that I could actually add to my life that would allow me to have that, to be at more ease with myself. And also with that, I would absolutely recommend that the top 3 to 5 things on that list is not something related to someone else. And also, it's not something that is related to food or something that you could actually ingest. And if you're asking, why is that? Because it is very important when you're actually taking care of yourself that your top items on that list is not where you're going to go to someone else or you're going to go to ingest something to allow you to be at that state of self-care. Because when you continue to keep on going to other people, there is a possibilities of attachments building up or codependency, which is kind of the same thing, but hey. And that's exactly not what we want, because this is not something that would help build you up. This is something that will hinder you. And with the things that you could ingest, like food or drinks, we don't want that the possibility of addiction being there. And if on the top of that list, and even maybe the only things on that list is other people or food, again, just like ask, what other things you could actually add to your life that would allow you to have more of the things that actually allow you to take care of yourself? And like one of the things that actually allow me to basically take care of me, and on the top of that list is basically taking a shower. And a shower might seem something that is completely blah, like it's nothing. what is a shower? It's nothing. But it's one of those things that when I do them, I actually feel better, tremendously better. And it is one of those things that I want to say, no matter what, I do it daily. Whether it's, whether I have to or not, I'll just put it that way. Whether I actually have to or not, it's there. Why? Because I know when I do that, I feel better. Doesn't really matter if it's scientifically proven or not. I do feel better. Doesn't really matter if it's, I don't know exactly what insanities are coming up for all of you, but it doesn't matter whatever that blank, I do it. I take the time to actually do it. And I guess this just came up to my awareness, but I think to some of you actually, unless you actually are spending tremendous amount of money on something, it does not for you equate to taking care of yourself, and how much of that is actually you stopping yourself from receiving from everything that it could actually take care of you. Like the shower I take is, in most days, does not take more than 10 minutes. I feel great. In my body, I do feel great. And it's not necessarily anything special. They're not necessarily any kind of aromas or any kind of, I don't know, whatever, again, insanities that are coming up with you guys. I want you to actually be aware of all of that, because for you to actually take care of yourself, you do not need to spend a tremendous amount of money. There is no specific way. You do not need to go to a massage therapist or a spa or anything of that sort. You could actually take care of yourself and have the things that you could, and add to the things that you could actually allow to take care of yourself with everything that you actually already have right now. And if you don't have that, what would it take for you actually to show up for yourself and choose that? And I'm not saying do not add the spa or the massage to the list, but I'm saying how much of that you're actually limiting what is possible for you, and also how much of that you're actually ignoring the little things that would actually give you the most and tremendous amount of change, because you have already associated self-care with spending money. Okay, so again, on that list, at least 10 things. And the first few items on that list, at least top 3, should not be other people or a specific person, and also should not be food or something that you drink. Yes, you can have those on your list, but do not make them the number 1 or 2 or 3. Okay? And where do I go next? With that list, you should be doing at least one thing on that list every day. At least one thing. And you can mix and match. You can allow yourself to do all of the 10 things. And really, how does I get better than this? You can do only 3 of them. And you do not choose to use the self-care list when you are going through, the SHIT. You do it every single day. And when you actually are going through the toughest time of your life, if you actually allow yourself and you find it that you can actually do anything on that list, then do it. And here's the thing, one of the actual reasons why I recommend this for almost everybody I know. And one of the things why it is something that I find it to be a must. And I don't like having a lot of musts, and not as, as a teacher perpetrating that on anyone. I might choose them myself, but I don't tell other people to do so. It's because when you actually going through a healing process or shift, or you have chose to choose awareness, then with every shift that is going on for you, it will get you out of your comfort zone. And because it will get you out of your comfort zone, there is already a lot of resistance and a lot of, not necessarily physical pain, but some kind of pain that would not actually allow you to just have ease. And it's not necessarily only a physical pain, but it might show up as a physical pain, but it could be a mental, it could be psychological, it could be emotional. But when you actually allow yourself to have those things on your list, it will allow you to deal better with everything that is going on. It's not necessarily that everything that is going on would be gone completely. And honestly, what would it take? All of the things that you don't like, what would it take for them to be gone? But you do it because it would actually allow you to have that space for you. And when you have that space for you, when you actually have your back, it is easier for you when you go through life and, I don't know, let's say you have this fight with this person and you have this argument with that person, and this thing is not working as it should be or supposed to be. And I don't know, maybe your phone or your laptop is doing this wacky weird thing that it should not be doing at the moment, at that precise moment that it should not be doing. And or maybe at the same time the traffic is jamming and you're going crazy. Your kids are doing something, or they have something, or there's something going on with their lives. And it is absolutely amazing when you actually have chosen to have a full life. And I applaud you for that, truly. But at the same time, if you do not allow yourself to have your back, to take care of yourself, then nothing, well, it's not that nothing, it's that more, it will feel like every single day the foundation of you will be chipped down and parts of you will be cut down, and you would, I don't know, you would reach a point where you just look in the mirror and you do not recognize the reflection, because you want all of the things, you want more even that you have, but at the same time it seems like there is that one thing that doesn't exactly allow you to have all of those things or have them with ease. And sure, there might be a lot of insanities relating to that, but it also could be because you haven't exactly chose to have your back. And that list is one of those things that would actually just allow you to freakishly have your back. I'm not sure if that's even a word, freakishly, but hey, I said it. How does I get better than that? So you have that list, write it down somewhere. And every single day, commit to at least choosing one thing. Whether you are having the best day of your life or the complete opposite, allow yourself to be every day there for you. Every single day. Because if you don't choose it, no one else will choose it. I'm not really sure if that exactly a shock for any of you, but if you don't actually choose it, no one else will choose it. So, and what I would say, I would add to that, when you are going through, AKA a bad day, and you do that one thing that usually seems to work, usually seems to lift you up, but it doesn't, then go back to that list and see what seems appealing to you, what seems like it will contribute to you, and do it. And if that doesn't work, then go to the next one. and to the next one, and to the next one, and to the next one. Not necessarily in the specific order that you have written, but at least just go through everything that you have on that list. And do it with the intention, with a target of you taking care of you. Sometimes, when you actually choose to deal with the bad emotions, aka bad emotions, air quotes is being thrown here, the more resistance that we have, the more likelihood that it would not shift or budge. And the more we actually just allow it to be, the more it'll just be. And I would love at this point if you could actually share exactly what do you have so far in that list. Is movies one of those things? Is taking a shower like me one of those things? Is I don't know, a specific TV show or a specific character? Or is it a specific, I don't know, video on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram? Is it a specific song? Is it food is still allowed on this list? Remember that. Is it a specific food? Is it maybe you tidying up your environment, your closet, your makeup, your books? I don't know, is it maybe taking care of your plants? Or is it putting makeup? Even if no one is there, no one is going to see. Remember, the purpose of the self-care list is for you to take care of yourself. It does not necessarily equate to healing. So please do not try to substitute that with that, okay? And if you feel like healing is something that you need, then do it. By all means, do it. But at the same time, remember that having the self-care is just gonna allow you to have so much ease. And I'm talking from a personal experience. And I guess well, there isn't really much there isn't really much ideas that I could actually pull from you guys right now about any kind of questions or, what you should or shouldn't be doing. But well, one of the things that I love to tell people is that there will be a time when everything on that list doesn't work. It doesn't help to lift your spirit. It doesn't do anything for you. You do everything on that list. If it's 10 items, all of the 10 items does nothing for you. All the 20, all the 30, all the 40, all the 50. Good God, you have 50. How does it get better than this? None of them actually does anything for you. None of them actually allow you to have that space of taking care of you. And when you actually reach to that point, I would absolutely love for you to remember that this is not a dead end. This is not doom and gloom. This is not, I don't know, RIP, whatever that is, whatever that means. That's exactly what came up to my mind, so I'm saying it. It's none of that. It's just an indication that you have actually reached a point of your life that there is something else that is available for you that would actually contribute to you. And you should celebrate that. And I know, it doesn't feel like when you're actually in it, it doesn't feel like you want to celebrate it. But when you actually look back at it, the journeys, the adventures that you will go through because of that, it would be spectacular. It would be amazing. And I guess some of you would actually be so jealous that you would actually wanna, I don't know, maybe ignore the list completely and try look for the adventures. And truly, how does it get better than this? And I would absolutely love for you two guys to remember this, because I remember there was a time in my life where I had that list and I did everything on that list. And usually everything on that list would help me to reach that point of ease. And I would be more relaxed and happier and more joyful. But nothing did. And well, I know, I don't know, I don't exactly remember exactly what I thought or what I felt, but it didn't exactly feel good. But once I actually allowed myself to see, well, first of all, what exactly I did is that just I accepted what it is. It's not that I accepted that it will never change, just I accepted it as it is what it is. And truly it is what it is. Doesn't mean that it will always be is. But for now, it is what it is. And accepted it. And without even realizing, it just completely shifted. Without even trying harder, without even trying to push and shove, it just changed. So it's not that I'm saying all of this or any of this, from a space or a place of, I haven't gone through any of this and I'm just talking as HIT, but I'm actually have gone through this. I know this. And I guess one thing I also have remembered when it comes to the self-care list is that some people think that you only do the things on that list when you feel like it. And if you actually choose to do that, I mean, you would be, you guys know what I'm saying. Never wait for you to actually feel like doing the self-care list. Because some of you have actually have known to not take care of yourself for the longest times, that it actually feels unnatural for you when you take care of you. So the state and the feelings of not so good, the low vibrational emotional state is what exactly familiar to you. And because it is what's familiar to you, you think, it's not that you think, you somehow sort of actually punish yourself by staying on those level of vibration, on those levels of emotions. You'd rather feel angry or sad or depressed or so on and so forth, instead of actually just allowing yourself to just do whatever it takes for that to shift and change. And I'm not saying that if you have some kind of, I'm not trying to substitute that there is no, what I'm trying to say, let me take a step back. I'm not trying to say that if you're actually going through some kind of mental issue that it's actually BS and, just push through it. That's definitely not what I'm trying to say. I'm talking to those people who have actually have so much adjusted to those lower vibrations, to those lower emotions. And somehow, in some way, they actually use them to punish themselves and not just allow themselves to just choose greater and choose more and choose better and choose even greater. And for you guys, I actually absolutely would say, even if you actually don't feel like doing those things, do them. I remember when I actually started doing this, there were actually times when I did not want to take a shower. I did not want to take a walk. I did not want to do all those things that have and would lift me up and feel like I'm okay. And for a while, yeah, I actually chose to bask And all of those not so really good emotions. And then one day I just realized it. And I realized that didn't actually help me. And I realized, I'm not really sure exactly when or how, but there was one point where I actually just chose something different, just chose to push myself to do something different, to chose to do one of those things on that list. And after a while, I just realized that, oh, my emotions have shifted. My mood is different. I am acting different. And please realize I'm not just trying to put myself under the microscope because I love to talk about myself. I'm doing it because I know. And with everything that I am saying, with everything that is being said, obviously follow your awareness. So I'm going to kind of do some kind of a recap. So self-care list, write it down somewhere. Why write it down? Because there will be days where you actually cannot mentally function. You cannot comprehend anything. And having that list will just allow you to just function instead of just actually thinking it through. You'd see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you just do 1, do 2, do 3, do 4, do 5. And really, how does it get better than this? And it's absolutely recommended that on the top of that list, you don't put people and you do not put things that you would ingest. And for those of you who actually drink or smoke, I would also recommend that you do not put those things on the top of the list, even if it seems like it is that one thing currently that actually contributes to you. Okay. And allow yourself to actually figure out different things. And some of the things that you could actually add to that list is the things that you used to do as a kid, whether it was painting or drawing or coloring or any of that sort, the things that you actually used to do as a kid. And I'm not saying that this would work with everyone, but this is something that you could actually explore and something that would allow you to have some kind of adventure. I'm getting, for whatever reasons, skiing and riding bicycles and I don't know, playing with your hair. I don't know. So I hope this actually truly contributes. So 10 things, top of those things, not something that is related to people or things that you could actually ingest. Nothing that could actually allow you to develop any kind of addiction to people or to substance. And yes, I'm including food and substance. And again, I'm not saying do not ever put people, do add people. You have lovely friends, why not? You add them to that list. If you have understanding family, then do add them to that list. If you have someone that you could actually spend hours with talking or laughing or giggling, add them to that list. And really, how does it get better than this? And add them as a separate item, if that makes any sense. Do not, like, if it's a group of friends and you kind of feel that towards 2 or 3 of that group, do not just, my friends, specifically mention their names, okay? Also consider the things that you used to love as a kid. It doesn't have to be a fixed thing on that list, but at least explore it. You have to do that list. You have to do every single day at least 1 to 2 things on that list every day, at least, minimum, okay? Whether you feel like it or you don't, whether you're going through a good day or not, okay? When you actually do this, there is a cumulative effect, a compounded effect. It allows you to actually, as you do this more and more and more and more and more, it allows you to have more and more and more and more of you. It allows you actually eventually to perceive yourself differently. Because throughout this life, you actually have never been taught to take care of you. If you actually are the eldest, you were told to take care of your siblings. If you are, I don't know, there's so much insanities when it comes to not taking care of you. And I wonder exactly what would be possible for you, for every single one of you, as you implement this list. And maybe post it somewhere about your self-care list, or put it as a reminder, put it as a daily reminder in your calendar. And remember, this is not a substitute for healing or anything else that you feel that is required for you to do. Actually, as I was doing this, I was also doing infinity healing for traumas, which is something I have personally done. And it's an MP3 that I have done, I have been using on myself. And again, it's not a substitute, it's something that we will contribute to. And truly, how does it get better on this? And if you would love to absolutely share those things that you have in your list with other people, with us, with all of us, I wonder what would that actually create and contribute to everybody, including me and including you. What would it take for you as you choose to write that down, for all of us to actually have that gifting and receiving kind of experience? And how does it get better than this? If you have any further questions, even though I feel like I have talked about all the main things, then I could absolutely write them down in the comment section. And remember, with everything, follow your awareness. And I would say one of the reasons why in the self-care list, there isn't really so much details and there isn't really so much musts, is that because it is supposed to be open. It's supposed to allow you to actually have more of you. And if you actually have noticed, the most truest things, is that even a word? Things in this life are the simplest things. So I know to some of you, the fact that this is not as complicated as so many other things, it doesn't necessarily encourage you to do it. And you would want to know and just give yourself just more and more strict rules for you to follow. And please remember that this is not that at all. This is where you would just could do everything with ease and choose with ease. And I guess that's it. This is very interesting. I am so thankful, and I'm not really sure who exactly put that idea in my head, but I'm so grateful that she or he or them did. And I have exactly some kind of shape or form contributed at least to one person. And truly, how does it get through this? And as we always say, may this or something far greater happens. Have a blessed day, everyone. Have a blessed night.